There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? So, today I'm going to do just a quick video, well, as quick as it can be considering the topic, on mine colonies. So I'm not going to get into any fluff on this. I'm going to try to stick straight to the how-tos as much as I can. So, there's a reason I'm floating up in the sky at the moment. So one of the things you're going to want to do is not cheat fly, but to find yourself a relatively flat area. Sadly, after much searching, I could not find one that was flat and big enough for what we're going to need. You're going to need an enormous area. The last time I did this, several friends and I thought our colonies were far enough apart that it wouldn't matter, and they were not. We were probably from that oil slick over there to that red tree off in the distance there, or excuse me, orange tree. That was probably about how far my friend and I were apart. That's quite far, and our villages ended up butting up against each other and causing some problems, especially because I was on the coastline and he had another person's village behind him, so we ended up a bit squeezed. So play with friends, but be mindful that you're going to need a lot of space for your colony if you're each going to build a colony. And I highly recommend it because it is a ton of fun. So the first thing we're going to start with Mine Colonies is we're going to need a supply depot. There's two options. There is the supply wagon and then there's the supply ship. I personally prefer the supply ship because I like to live by water, but the wagon is also a very nice little setup. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in both of those and just let you see what they look like. So we got our supply, let's see, oops, I don't know why this is not showing up. Supply ship and our supply wagon. So we'll go ahead and start with the ship. I'm going to head down to the water here because this is the one I choose. And we're going to go ahead and right click on the water. So you can see here we have this little menu that popped up here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the ship here real quick. You can back out and look. And we'll go ahead and enter this menu. So what this does is it lets us move the ship around and then up and down. So with the ship you want to make sure that the water that's attached to this is level. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's important. Right in here you'll find there are more than one type of ship. So you see this one doesn't lie like that one did, so I have to move it down. Otherwise it will just be an absolute mess, as some of the people I played with found out. So you can select your different types of supply ships. See, these Celadonian ones here are floating ships, so that's actually not wrong. Let's go ahead and back up for a second and take a look. And we're gonna just pick this up. I'm gonna pick a very simple one here real quick, but I'm also gonna talk about how to make these supply ships real quick. So let me back out. Before we go any further, we're gonna look at how to make the supply ships. So the supply ships are actually quite easy to make. You take boats, any type of boat, and you make a boat shape out of boats, and that will give you a supply ship. So I'm using this one just because it's the smallest and easiest to access, and you'll be able to see what sort of stuff is on this ship. But you go ahead, and once you've decided you like where it is, right click again and hit this green check mark. Oh, okay, I see. So you see here, it told me I couldn't build it because things were blocking it. Not a fluid. So I have to come down here and just get rid of this. And that should do it. I should be able to come back over here. And I might actually move this one a little bit closer to shore. So it's very nice that it stopped me making a mistake. So let's go ahead and we'll try it again. Again, I'm going to select the Fortress Supply Ship. And we need to raise it up. Double check it again. Make sure we're good. And let me see. I think it's fine. I was going to move it closer to... Not all blocks meet requirements. Recheck the highlighted areas. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're going to do this one more time. And I'll just move the boat over again. Okay. Again. Fortress Supply Ship. Move this up. Move this over. So you can see where the outline of the ship is. You can actually even hit escape and double check and see. Okay, so you see here. This should be alright. What is this here? I don't know why there's a red block there. Oh, okay. We should be good. I don't really see... So you can see these little blocks here just kind of giving you an idea of what... You need to make sure there's nothing blocking that. So now I have checked it properly. We're going to go ahead and check this off. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I didn't even notice these. You can see this can be quite annoying sometimes. I think this is why most of the people I play with prefer the other. I just like the look. I like the supply ship. Like how it looks. Okay, let's see. Jump back down. Unfortunately, because I have creative mode on, there's no problems. Let's just make sure there's nothing here. That should be the full extent of it. I don't think we will have any more problems. I said that the last time, but we definitely did. Alright, good. So we got it this time around. And I'm going to go ahead and just dump that off the edge there. Because I am in creative mode, so I didn't use this up. So we come here, and we find we have all sorts of goodies here waiting for us. So we've got some charcoal, some hose, pickaxes, all that kind of good stuff. Let me just go ahead and sleep. Make it daytime. We have a bed that we can use as our spawn point. This is a nice little mobile base. So you got your furnaces. You got all this storage. You got free food. And coal. And just a few other little knickknacks here and there. But one of the most important things you get is this right here. A builder's wand and a town hall. Now, no matter what boat you pick, you're going to find these same supplies on it. And we need these town halls. We're going to need the food. All kinds of things. So let me go ahead and put that aside for now. And we'll go ahead and place the mine cart somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and, let's say, it doesn't really matter where you place this. This doesn't have anything to do with the size of your camp. So let's see if I can find a relatively flat spot. Like I said, sadly, this is not very flat. We'll just put it right here. This looks pretty good. Alright, so same thing. And first off, you actually craft this here with chests in the shape of a boat. Chests in a U. And you have the same options to change the look of the supply camp to whatever you like. Various different looks. There are so many different looks. If you want it to match up with, you know, what you want to build in, you can do that too. And you probably won't know what you want to build in until you start seeing some of these styles. So let's make sure that this isn't encroaching on these trees. I think it is. That's unfortunate. It probably won't let us place, but we'll go ahead and just, no, okay. Oh, recheck the block height. I didn't do that. Yeah, let me get rid of these trees here. that was where I tried to place the last one. So let's go ahead and do the fortress, since we did the other in a fortress. Alright. So, you can see here, alright, I need to lower this here one. Minimize that. Make sure... Yeah, see, this is actually... I thought I was clicking in the same spot, but I definitely wasn't. It was moving that middle section over a bit. I'm gonna get up in the air. So there's a lot of finagling with this, you'll find. And... Okay, this looks good. So let's go ahead and place it. This is a really nice one. I haven't messed with this before. But again, really nice place for you to live. You can see you've got all kinds of supplies. You've got the suit of armor. Because I picked fortress for both, so it has sort of similar decorations. The bell, storage. You see here, town hall, all that kind of good stuff in there. Just lots of nice little things. Go ahead and drop down. Pretty sure if we were to check these, yeah, there's our tools. So yeah, you can sort of select whichever one you want. If you prefer the boat, go for the boat. There are some really fancy boats. The last time I picked Acacia, because I was living in a savanna like this. And I had really pretty boat. I built a beautiful dock out to it. It looked really nice. So yeah, now we have our town hall and we have our builder's wand. This tool is very important, so we're going to hang on to it. Just go ahead and get rid of all of this. So we're going to go ahead and want to find a spot to put it. Now, there's going to be several things that affect the size of your camp, or your town. And one of them will be your town hall. Other things will be your guard towers. They're really, really good at pushing out the boundaries of your town. But for now, we're going to be relying on town hall to sort of dictate where our town is. So we don't want to get too close to the coastline. And I wish I could do this in the main game. Oh my gosh. Just get rid of all of this dirt. Nice big flat area. Get rid of these trees. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and try right-clicking this here. Now, you'll notice we didn't get this that popped up when we were placing the supply camp or the boat. But it says, we suggest using build tool, allow you to adjust the position. Yeah, that's what you want to do. So go ahead and use build tool. And it's going to, for whatever reason, default to decorations. You want to swap that drop down right there to town hall. And then I usually back out and I take a look. So this is also the first building that's going to have multiple layers. You can go ahead and right click again. So as you upgrade your town hall, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's go ahead and move this over a bit. You will need to adjust for each different type of building material, sadly. But you can see what this is going to look like at its final form. We can check out other ones too. Here's tier 1 of the Asian, looks really cool. That would need to be moved over too. That size is definitely going to be a bit different here. Celadonian, cave. This is really, really cool, some of these cave things. There's a Dwarven, I believe. At least there was on the last mod pack I played on. Maybe it's not anymore. Oh, yeah, here it is, the Dwarven. So if you want to build inside of the mountain, you can. A lot of those buildings are actually upside down. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back because I was approaching the front. So, let's go ahead and we'll pick one. Jungle is giant trees. Really cool stuff. Too many for me to really go through, so I'm going to pick one and I'm going to stick with it. Wow, that looks absolutely sick. You do need to keep in mind that these are going to have different materials to craft these. Like this one here is going to be incredibly hard to craft because it's going to need materials you probably don't have. So let's go ahead and pick one of the easier ones, I think. See, like here with the fortress, see what fortress looks like at level 5. Whoa, that's huge. So let's go ahead and pick, you know what, I'm just going to do the one that I'm doing on my main playthrough right now. Celadonian. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go back to see what it looks like at level 1. Kind of adjust its positioning over so we're not overlapping. We don't have to do too many little things to fix it up. And we also want to make sure we're at the right height. We were not, so that's good that we checked that. If I move this back a bit, I don't have to worry about any landscaping. That should do. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and check that off. Alright, so now what happens? We see over here, we have our colony starter. Let me go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. I don't need any of it. This is our town hall. So, no nearby colonies found. That's a good sign. You do not currently own a colony. So you can't have more than one unless you go in and change the settings. I do not recommend doing that. Go ahead and create a colony. Alright. So it says, word is out about the new colony. Some settlers will join your colony if there's enough space around the town hall. Experienced governors can turn off these helpful messages in the town hall. Okay, we don't need to worry about that for right now. But pretty soon we should have some NPCs show up. First settlers have arrived. Alright, so now you would think first thing I want to do is to build this building. You can see here all the requirements, all the materials you need to build a building. And here you can go ahead and actually change the styles, which things aren't going to be lined up right necessarily, but you can see what I was talking about. Some of the costs are going to be pretty steep for some of the fancier materials. Space Wars actually is only cactus planks. That's not too bad. But the stone one is a lot harder to do. True Dwarven's fine. This one here, the warped one, needs all kinds of unusual items that are going to be a pain in the butt to get. I mean, you can still do it, but it will definitely be a pain. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back to the Celadonian. And you probably think, I want to just build building. And it says, no, you need a builder's hut level 1 or higher to upgrade. So we're going to go ahead and look at what it takes to make a builder's hut. And then I'm just going to give myself one. So here we go. Builder's hut. It takes a door and planks. You make a U of planks, a door, and then your builder's wand. You aren't going to lose your builder's wand when you use it, so you don't need to make like a new builder's wand every time you're doing it. So we want builder's hut. Alright, so we're just grabbing one real quick. And we don't want to put it too close to this. We don't want to overlap. As you know, it's going to get bigger. You don't want to be too far away either, because your guys are going to waste a lot of time running back and forth if you separate your buildings out a little too far. Right now, they're not safe. It's nighttime, and they're going to have problems here. I'm going to grab a bed real quick. We'll go with a lime green bed. There we go. But they're going to be exposed. You can get them killed, you know, right now because they're just sort of standing out in a field. Let's see. Decent spot. Let's go with over here. This seems pretty decent. The tree gone. Get this tree gone. This tree can go to. So I am going to show you something here. I don't know why I'm jumping when I can just double tap. There we go. There are some neat things that the builders will do for you. So I'm going to intentionally do this a little bit wonky. So we'll use our build tool. We'll swap to Celadonian. And we're going to rotate. Actually, no, is that the right door? No, that's the back door. I think. There we go. That should be our front door. Look at what it looks like at level 5. That's adorable. So now, for me to show you intentionally some of the things that are going to happen. So you see here, oh, there's water there. I'll fix that in a second. But you can see here, we're encroaching a little bit on some of this stuff. We could even just come over here and say, like, put it so I don't have to deal with the water. Put it like here. So we're encroaching. Am I still dealing with water? No. We're encroaching. That's okay, because we have a plan. So, let's go ahead and boop, check that off. Now, this is going to automatically assign... Oh, yeah, here it's going to give us the quick guide. Make sure to check out all the building pages. Here you can have an overview of the combined inventory of the buildings. Some of the buildings have extra pages. Okay. So what it's going to do is automatically assign a worker. So you come in here and you'll see the default colony override. So basically it's the default colony where it sets everything up. And it just automatically picks somebody. Now, one of the things I found is I like to turn this off because it doesn't automatically pick the best person for the job. So I like to come in here and manually do this. And I will fire this person and hire them. Because you can see here highlighted the stats of what you need for, basically for the job. And this person here has way better stats than the person it had selected. So, and afterwards, you can go ahead and turn it on default so that if something happens and they die, somebody else replaces them. But for now, we're good to go. So now we know we want this building. We know we want our builder to build. So we're going to click Build Options and then click Build Building. Now, if you decided you didn't want it before you hit Build Building, you can hit Pick Up. Pick your building up. So let's go ahead and wait. Our builder should be here. If we're impatient, we can recall worker and get him here. So now she's going to ask us for some things here. It's going to take her a minute to register. Yeah, there we go. You see the red cog with the exclamation mark. She needs tools. So if you remember, both in the supply camp and the boat, there were some wooden tools for us. I'm just going to go to the boat real quick. It's over here. I'm so turned around. And I'm going to grab all these wooden tools. And yes, to start off, they have to be wooden. As you upgrade a builder's hut, you can actually start giving them better tools, but you have to work on upgrading your hut first. So I'm going to go ahead and give her some tools.
Not good enough, eh?
You can do this, or you can access her inventory straight away if you know what she needs. And just dump everything in there. So, there we go. So now she's going to start working, and she knows that everything within the side of these ropes needs to go. So like this dirt here that's not even is going to need to go. The grass is going to need to go. And you don't have to wait for her to do it because, you know, she's using with tools. She's really slow. You can help her out. So you can see here, she's digging out a bunch of grass. I'm going to help her out. You can see I'm accidentally destroying a lot of dirt too. You know, I've got, at the moment, I've got creative on, so I'm not too worried about it. If she needs that dirt there, she's just going to ask me for dirt.
I get to build it again?
So as soon as she's done here, you can see she's still digging things out. I sometimes actually like to just kind of dig all the dirt out because she's faster at placing it. So if I dig all this out, this is me, and not always. Sometimes if you pay attention properly to where the buildings are, before you like check off and confirm, yeah, this is what I want, sometimes I will sit there and I will just be like, okay,
I get to build it
let me
again?
go ahead and pull out what I see needs to be pulled out and leave what I see needs to be left, so that I don't have to deal with this guesswork of should I be taking this out or should I be leaving it. So I know I'm going a bit far here. Okay. I'm doing way too much for her. Sometimes you can just kind of guess what she's doing. But pretty soon here, she's going to be asking me for dirt because I cleared all this out. And that's fine. That's totally fine. They definitely work very slow. Okay, see, she's still... I'm going to kill this pig. Or at least get him out of the way. Okay, so now,
to build it again?
let's see what she says.
I serve with pleasure.
She wants cobblestone, so I don't think I have to actually give anything to her
I serve with
in this mode.
pleasure.
But because I'm in creative. Otherwise, you would have to go get her the cobblestone. But you can see here in her inventory, she has the cobblestone. So you can put it in her inventory when you fulfill a request, or you can put it in here in this inventory. All the junk that she got, the seeds, the saplings, anything she doesn't need, goes into this bench here. So she's going to be working as fast as she possibly can to get our building done. And it may take her a few minutes, but she's going to have another request. And you can say, I'll work on it, or you can just hit skip that, go to open requests, and start fulfilling them. So I know I went really, really quick through all these buttons. That was just because I wanted to get her done. But she'll tell you every single thing she needs. And one of my favorite things to do is by the builder's hut, I like to set up storage drawers with items I know she's going to need. So I'll just lay out, because with this mod pack I'm using, if you search at storage drawers, wow, you can see storage drawers is in this mod pack. So I'll just set up a bunch of these drawers, the 2x2s, and I'll start putting in, you know, the blocks of different type of wood and cobblestone and, you know, everything I think she's going to need.
Not good enough, eh?
So here we go. Here's exactly what I thought. She was going to ask for some dirt. So we're going to fulfill her request. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you how to go get wood or dirt or cobblestone. Or you should already know how to do that if you're playing Minecraft. If you don't, yeah, you'll learn. It's not hard. You'll figure it out. So you can see now she's just kind of stuck. She needs more stuff. She's not going to go any further until we fulfill her requests. And the reason that we're sort of having an issue here fulfilling her requests is because she has limited inventory space. But let's go ahead and talk about something that's going to make our lives easier. And this is something I always tell my friends to remember to do. And they usually do. Not always, but we have the clipboard here. No colony set. So we have to sneak use to set the colony. And we sneak use on our town hall over here. So even though it isn't built, we come over here, sneak use. But we should be set. Nothing is requested because she doesn't need anything at the moment. That's okay. When she does need something, it'll pop up here on our clipboard. And eventually we'll have multiple builders, multiple builder huts, and you can have one for each builder hut. See what they need. So if we were to come in and take out something she needed, let me go ahead and do that real quick.
Not good enough,
So
eh?
let's go into her inventory, and we're going to steal her stone. Let's see. She hasn't done it yet. She might do it in a minute. She'll pop up her quest. Tell us, hey, I needed that.
Not
She
good
hasn't
enough,
done it just
eh?
yet. Let me go ahead and
Pleasure.
grab some other stuff. There, exactly what she's using. There we go. So now if I right click on my clipboard while it's on my bar, I can see what she
Not
needs. I
good
can give that
enough,
back
eh?
to her. I'll also give her that cobblestone I stole. And let me just spawn in another bed because I'm too lazy to go find the one I already placed. And you can see right now they're heading back to the town hall. So I think there's actually a way for me to, in this mode, just click Finish Building. But I'm not entirely sure how I do that. For time's sake. I don't remember if it's... I think it's in the town hall is where I need to do it. And we'll find out. So anyway, we're going to come over here. Just see if I can get her to finish it. Let's see. Quarters. So you can see a lot of different options in here. You can see all your citizens, what they do for a living, work orders. Yeah. So I don't want to pick that up.
I'll take care of it.
So I'm not going to get into how to delete a colony and all that kind of good stuff. That's, yeah, there's other tutorials out there. Just look for those. But she's going to build everything for us, and once our builder's hut is done, we're going to have more options pop up. I mean, technically we can go ahead and get started setting up some of these. So I can show you what we're going to need. We're going to need, next they're going to say they need somewhere to sleep. So they're going to ask for homes. What I like to do first is the tavern. So the tavern here sleeps 4 at this stage. So let's go ahead and look at tavern. So you can see we need a vertical barrel. Vertical barrel's made with wood surrounded by sticks. Just a line of wood, vertical line of wood, surrounded by vertical lines of sticks. So that's how we make our barrel. And then we have, again, our wood on the outside, our barrel, and our build tool. And we're going to go ahead, because I know she's going to ask for this next, and get this set up. We're not going to click build yet, because we don't want to distract her, and I also want to show you how I know what she wants, because she's going to be asking, and we're going to get a message about it. So let's see, this is a nice flat area here. Normally I would make sure that the builder can get easily back and forth to her house. I kind of don't really care at the moment because I'm just doing this to show you guys here. So again, sometimes it defaults to the right thing, other times it goes to your taverns. So let's go ahead and get this thing rotated the way I want it to be rotated and lined up. We'll pull it a little bit closer to me. And I'm going to go ahead and hit, I'll let you see what it looks like at 3. Isn't that cute? Alright. Go ahead and check that off. Some of the easier ones to do are like the acacia and the oak because they don't require cobblestone to start with. Or at least if they do, it's not much cobblestone. This time I went with a slightly more complicated one, simply because I like the look. So let's actually go see, while she's building that, if we can find one that is a little bit nicer. So let's see here. We want to go into build options, and we want to look at some of the costs. So I think acacia was relatively cheap. So let's take a look. Okay, so yeah, this one here is the oak one. Other than a black slab, or a black carpet slab, it seems to be relatively cheap. Black carpet slab. Black carpets. This is the acacia. I think this is the cheapest one. Oh, it does need some cobblestone, though. Birch. Birch just needs a couple of beds. Birch actually looks really cheap. There's no cost to stone at least. No stone costs, I should say. So it might be an excellent choice, but we aren't going to do anything yet. We aren't going to hit build building. We aren't going to check that off. We're just going to leave it and let her finish this building. And she's not quite done yet. You can still see the ropes around it. You can get rid of these ropes, by the way. There's no harm in getting rid of them.
To build it again?
I'm just going to stick that there. So she's finishing up. You can actually, a lot of times, see like building blocks magically appearing. Yep, she's working on the roof. You can see her making the motions and the roof just popping into existence here. That's pretty cool. And you'll see the torches going eventually. Torches are usually the last thing they place, which was kind of a funny incident when I was working on the tavern in my main game. Yeah, it wasn't going so well for her. There were skeletons in the building. I had to go in and protect my builder before she died. So let's see, she should be laying the torches here very soon. Yep, there we go. She's actually coming out and physically laying some of the stuff. There we go. So we're gonna go talk to these people and see how they're doing. They might have some requests for us that she doesn't. No, not yet. Okay. It may take a few days for the requests to come in, but there we go. Alright, so now it says, with the builder set complete, we should focus on providing a place to sleep for our citizens. A tavern would be able to house all 4 of them. So this mod does kind of guide you, helps you figure out what exactly you need, what you need to do. Come in here and hit build building. So she's going to get our tavern built for us. She's going to ask for stuff, all that kind of good stuff. But her builder's hut is done, and a lot of the stuff that we need we can put into here. Later on, as we start upgrading it, we'll have proper storage areas to put stuff for her. So I tend to like keep a stockpile of things she asks for a lot in there. Tons and tons of torches. And she's going to start building. So, what is the purpose of Mine Colonies? Well, the beauty of Mine Colonies is you can get them to start gathering resources for you and be relatively self-sufficient. It's going to take you a while to get to that point, but you will have mines that they will be digging out resources for you. You will have tree farms where they will be farming wood for you. You'll have farms where they'll be farming, kitchens where they'll be cooking. So, yeah, basically, there's a lot of really cool things in this. So if I go ahead and search Mine Colonies here, you can see some of the buildings here. They're going to need a graveyard. They are going to die. The towns are going to get randomly attacked by NPCs, and you're going to have to protect it. So you're going to need towers, all that kind of good stuff. We have glass blowers, enchanters. The enchanters are wonderful. We have flower shops. We have crushers, all kinds of stuff. Just really, really cool stuff. Archery, restaurants. Fisher's huts. We'll have our guard towers to help extend out where our town should be. Cow herders, sheep herders, chicken farmers, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Really, really cool. You can set up stashes and have stuff delivered. Like if you live in one place and you just want like to drop off stuff that needs to go into a shop or a box, you can throw it in there. It's really, really cool. So anyway, this has just been, I think, a quick overview of this game. This mod pack, particular mod, in the mod pack, I should say. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I say quick, but there's so much to this. It's going to take, it's a lot to go through. But I want to thank you guys for joining. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.